you ever imagined a holiday season shaped by calm sophistication, where every detail feels intentional and beautifully restrained, and the usual overload of decorations melts into something far more elegant and serene? Picture stepping into a room where the air feels still, where the visual noise of bright, chaotic ornaments is replaced by a gentle harmony of textures and thoughtful design. This is not simply decorating a Christmas tree. This is entering the world of the Rowe-inspired holiday minimalism. It is a philosophy that elevates the season, transforming your home into a sanctuary that reflects grace, clarity, and timeless beauty. In this approach, nothing is rushed. Every ornament earns its place. Each piece contributes not through excess but through a quiet presence that asks to be appreciated up close. The goal is not to impress through volume, it is to inspire through refinement. When your space is curated with such intention, the holiday atmosphere becomes something deeper. It becomes an experience you feel the moment you step inside, a moment of calm in a season often overwhelmed by clutter and noise. A reminder that elegance is not loud, it is thoughtful, composed, and deeply meaningful. This vision requires letting go of the impulse to buy decorations that last only one season. Instead, it invites you to choose pieces you will treasure for years, items made with care, materials that age beautifully, decorations that feel like part of your home rather than temporary embellishments. When you embrace this perspective, your holiday aesthetic no longer fights against your existing decor. It blends seamlessly with it, becoming a natural extension of your personal style. If this resonates with your love for refined interiors, you are exactly where you need to be. Before we dive into the details of this elevated aesthetic, take a moment to subscribe to the Decorazi channel, like this video, and share in the comments the minimalist idea you are most excited to explore. Together, we will shape a holiday season that feels meaningful, peaceful, and beautifully understated. And once you experience what quiet luxury feels like during the holidays, traditional tinsel may never appeal to you again. The foundation of the Rowe-inspired Christmas aesthetic begins with understanding the core principles that define this iconic design philosophy. It is rooted in a disciplined devotion to impeccable materials, sculptural silhouettes, and a palette that whispers rather than shouts. When translated into holiday decor, these principles guide you to remove anything that feels excessive, sentimental in the wrong way, or visually overwhelming. The aim is to create a calm, architectural composition that breathes. A room where every element feels like it belongs, not because it fills space, but because it enhances the overall harmony. Imagine the feeling of a perfectly tailored coat made from the softest cashmere. It carries weight without being heavy, structure without being strict, and beauty without the need for embellishment. That is the spirit your holiday decor should evoke. It is not about bright glitters, loud patterns, or the traditional red and green color story. Instead, it asks you to explore depth through texture and material. Raw silk that gently catches the light, unglazed ceramics with a quiet matte finish, heavy velvet ribbons in muted neutrals, hand-blown glass that feels almost weightless yet undeniably luxurious. The palette becomes the guiding force behind this restraint. Soft whites, quiet grays, warm taupes, deep charcoals, and the occasional muted metallic accent. Nothing sparkly, nothing shiny simply for the sake of shine. The beauty comes from the integrity of the material, and at the center of it all stands the Christmas tree, not as an overloaded spectacle, but as a sculptural presence that allows the ornaments to breathe. This level of refinement requires discipline, the willingness to edit, the courage to leave space empty, because emptiness can often be the most elegant choice of all. By embracing this philosophy, your holiday decor becomes timeless, intentional, and deeply personal. It becomes a reflection of who you are and the design values you hold dear. As we step further into the practice of the Rowe aesthetic holiday minimalism, the decision that will shape the entire room is your color palette. This is where the shift away from traditional Christmas decorating becomes most evident. Instead of embracing vivid reds and greens, you are invited into a world of quiet, atmospheric neutrality, colors inspired by natural materials and winter landscapes. Imagine the soft shades of fresh snow, the warm tones of undyed wool, the subtle depth of aged stone, the delicate shimmer of antique metal worn by time. Monochromatic palette is incredibly effective in this aesthetic. A tree styled in layers of ivory, cream, and gentle shades of white creates a serene tonal masterpiece. By keeping the colors close together, you force the eye to appreciate the subtle differences in texture. Ceramic next to velvet, matte next to soft sheen, heavy next to delicate. This contrast creates a depth that bold colors often obscure. Even with a limited palette, your decor will feel rich and layered, not sterile or flat. If you choose to introduce metallic accents, they should be carefully controlled. A brushed brass that brings warmth, a soft pewter with a cool, refined presence. These accents should feel like whispers of light rather than bold statements. The secret lies in selecting one dominant neutral and building around it using 2 or 3 tones that sit just a shade above or below. This creates a seamless visual flow throughout the room. Nothing distracts, nothing feels out of place. Everything contributes to the quiet harmony. This palette ensures that your holiday decor does not compete with your existing interior. Instead, it complements it, blending into the space as if it were always meant to be there. This is the hallmark of true design confidence, the ability to express beauty without shouting. The Christmas tree is the architectural anchor of your holiday display, and within this aesthetic, its selection deserves thoughtful consideration. Forget overly dense branches dusted with faux snow or glitter. What you want is a tree that feels sculptural, elegant, and naturally refined. A tree with slightly more space between its branches, allowing light to filter through and highlighting the organic lines of the trunk and foliage. This airiness is essential. It transforms the tree into a piece of living art rather than a decorative object overwhelmed with ornaments. A natural tree with well-defined structure is ideal, but a high-quality artificial tree with realistic, matte needles can also achieve this effect. The key is to avoid overly shiny synthetic branches. Opt for deeper greens that mimic the texture and tone of real evergreen. The trunk, visible through the branches, becomes a grounding element in the overall design. It adds authenticity. It reminds you that the beauty of nature is part of the aesthetic. Some choose to depart from the traditional fir entirely and use a tall, slender tree like an olive or a pine in a minimalist planter. These unexpected choices can bring a refreshing sense of modernity to the room. Your tree should not feel like a blank canvas awaiting decoration. It should already possess a quiet beauty on its own. The ornaments you add simply enhance what is already there. When chosen well, the tree becomes a serene, commanding centerpiece that elevates the entire space without overwhelming it. Ornaments play a very different role in the Row-inspired holiday minimalism. Instead of filling every branch until the tree resembles a display window, this philosophy teaches restraint. Ornamentation is not meant to cover the tree, but to highlight its natural structure. Think of the ornaments as punctuation, marks rather than paragraphs. A few perfect pieces placed with intention have exponentially more impact than dozens scattered without purpose. Choose ornaments made from materials that feel honest and tactile. Hand-blown glass in soft opaque white, smooth ceramic spheres in matte gray, brushed metal shapes that reflect light gently, unglazed clay bells with subtle imperfections that give them character. Every ornament should feel like an object you would appreciate even outside of the holiday season. Quality over quantity is not just a motto here, it is the core rule. Spacing is everything. Allow empty spaces to exist. Allow branches to breathe. A single ornament hung thoughtfully can draw the eye more effectively than 10 placed without intention. Group ornaments in small clusters only when it supports the visual story you are creating. The aim is to make the viewer slow down and notice the beauty of each carefully chosen piece. This approach elevates the tree into something poetic. The decorations become quiet notes in a larger composition, each contributing its own texture and presence without overwhelming the whole. This is minimalism at its most expressive. The base of the tree is often an afterthought in typical holiday decorating, but in this aesthetic, it becomes a key architectural feature. Instead of a brightly patterned skirt that distracts from the beauty above, the tree base should feel grounded, sculptural, and integrated with the room's overall design. Think of it as an extension of your furniture rather than a seasonal accessory. A woven basket in natural, unbleached fibers adds warmth and organic texture. Heavy wicker or tightly coiled rope in earthy tones offers a subtle rustic touch without compromising sophistication. For a more modern look, consider a cylindrical metal planter in matte black, deep bronze, or brushed steel. It creates a sense of stability and weight that anchors the tree visually. If you prefer fabric, choose materials that feel luxurious and substantial. A draped linen cloth in a soft ivory or a circle of thick wool felt can create beautiful folds that feel effortless but intentional. The goal is to hide the stand completely while elevating the entire presence of the tree. A well-chosen base transforms the tree from a seasonal decoration into a sculptural statement, enhancing the quiet sophistication that defines the row approach. When executed well, even the ground beneath the tree becomes a moment of design excellence. With color deliberately restrained, texture becomes the most powerful element in this aesthetic. Texture introduces visual depth and emotional warmth, ensuring the minimalist palette never feels stark or cold. It is the interplay of surfaces that allows the room to feel both sophisticated and inviting. This is where your choices truly come to life. Think of heavy knitted garlands made from thick merino wool, draped with a sense of ease over branches. Consider long strands of natural wooden beads that bring warmth without shine. Look for ornaments that pair rough clay with polished brass or frosted glass with smooth metallic accents. These combinations create a layered, tactile story that draws people closer, inviting them to observe and appreciate the material qualities. In the space around the tree, incorporate textures that complement this sensory experience. A sheepskin thrown over a bench, a stack of linen-bound books placed near the fireplace, a heavy knit throw cascading softly off the side of a chair. These elements bring depth, comfort, and dimension to the room. The goal is to make the space feel lived in yet curated, minimalist but not empty, elegant but never cold. This balance is where true luxury resides. It is the feeling of a home that is thoughtfully composed, offering warmth through touch and tranquility through restraint. Lighting is one of the most transformative elements in this aesthetic, and it requires careful consideration. Harsh or colorful lighting can instantly disrupt the serene environment you are creating. Instead, choose lights that mimic the softness of candlelight, warm, gentle, and atmospheric. Fairy lights with a warm white glow work beautifully. The trick lies in the placement. Rather than wrapping them around the outer branches, weave them deep into the center of the tree. This creates an inner radiance, allowing the tree to glow from within. The effect is subtle, calming, and profoundly elegant. It adds depth without drawing attention to the lights themselves. Beyond the tree, use lighting that feels intentional and soothing. Tall pillar candles arranged in matte ceramic holders. Table lamps with linen shades casting diffused, ambient light. Soft pools of illumination that shape the room without overwhelming it. Avoid bright spots or fixtures that cast harsh shadows. The objective is to create a layered, atmospheric glow that enhances the sense of calm. Lighting is not merely decoration here. It is a mood, a feeling, a soft invitation to slow down and appreciate the beauty of the season. To maintain cohesion throughout the home, the minimalist principles of this aesthetic should extend to wreaths and garlands as well. These elements should feel like natural extensions of the tree rather than separate decorative statements. Simplicity, restraint, and material integrity are the most important considerations. For a wreath, choose a single material and let its beauty stand alone. A full circle of fresh pine, a delicate ring of dried eucalyptus, or a modern, thin metal hoop adorned with only a single silk ribbon in a muted tone like sandy beige or soft cream. The effect is elegant and quietly festive. Garlands should also follow this understated approach. A long, lush strand of cedar left completely unadorned can create a breathtaking presence when draped across a mantle. Wooden bead garlands add warmth and dimension without introducing visual noise. Let the materials speak for themselves. Their natural shapes and textures offer all the beauty you need. By keeping these elements understated, you ensure that every part of your home feels aligned in purpose. Cohesion is the key to achieving the serene, uninterrupted flow that defines this approach. Gift presentation plays a surprisingly significant role in the row-inspired holiday aesthetic. In this philosophy, gifts are not merely objects placed under the tree. They become part of the visual composition, a collection of sculptural shapes and textures that complete the overall landscape of the room. Choose wrapping materials that feel deliberate and tactile. Soft matte papers in cream, stone, or charcoal. heavy craft paper for a warm, understated look, or fabric wrapping using linen, cotton, or velvet for a luxurious touch. Avoid shiny foil papers or loud prints. They disrupt the calm environment you have so carefully built. Ribbons should also reflect this ethos. Natural twine offers a rustic simplicity. Velvet ribbon adds a soft, elegant richness. Raw-edge cotton strips bring a sense of artisanal beauty. Tags should be minimal and handcrafted, perhaps a simple embossed card or a small wooden ornament tied neatly to the ribbon. When these gifts are arranged thoughtfully at the base of the tree, they elevate the entire display. The tree feels complete, the room feels intentional, and even the act of giving becomes part of the seasonal beauty. As we reach the conclusion of this immersive exploration of the Row-inspired Christmas tree and decor aesthetic, one truth becomes clear. This is not just a style. It is a philosophy that reshapes how you approach the holiday season. It celebrates clarity over chaos, intention over impulse, and refinement over excess. By embracing neutral palettes, sculptural forms, thoughtful textures, and meaningful restraint, you create a holiday environment that feels peaceful, warm, and profoundly beautiful. This minimalist approach does not take away from the festive spirit. Instead, it elevates it. The joy of the season becomes more focused, more sincere, more deeply felt. The quiet glow of warm lights, the soft textures of fabrics, the gentle presence of well-crafted ornaments, all of these elements come together to create a home that reflects calm sophistication and personal meaning. If this vision inspires you, if it encourages you to rethink your holiday traditions and embrace a more elegant, intentional way of celebrating, then I invite you to continue this journey with us. Subscribe to the Decor channel, like this video, and share in the comments which aspect of this aesthetic you are most excited to incorporate into your own space. Your engagement helps us grow a community that values beauty rooted in simplicity and design grounded in calm. Wishing you a holiday season filled with peace, warmth, and quiet elegance. Thank you for joining us on this journey.